The British Commonwealth, of course, is mourning the loss of the Queen, the passing of the Queen, but also it's looking ahead to a new era of this monarchy. There will be changes in store, everything from currency to stamps to the UK's national anthem. Lama Hassan is at Buckingham Palace with all of that. Good morning to you, Lama.
Yeah, and good morning to you, Amy. Well, as you know from spending some time here, the Queen's image is everywhere. She's on our banknotes, she's on our coins. The national anthem has God Save the Queen in it. So with the newly minted King Charles III, what happens now? Queen Elizabeth II was the country's longest-serving and much-loved monarch and is still arguably the most famous woman in the world. Her face gracing almost everything in sight, from stamps to coins and banknotes. In 1960, she became the first British royal to have a photo featured on paper bills, with her likeness on currencies in Commonwealth countries, including Canada, New Zealand and Australia. Her insignia also emblazoned on postboxes up and down the country.
She is really omnipresent in terms of representing the country because, among other things, the royal family is a branding opportunity.
With the dawn of a new era slowly being ushered in with King Charles III ascending the throne, what happens now?
One of the things that really comes into question is what happens to the constitutions of places where she is the queen, and that's what is in their constitutions.
This has been the national anthem for 70 years. God Save the Queen, now changed to God Save the King, heard at Friday's memorial service at St. Paul's. And a spontaneous rendition outside Buckingham Palace as the newly minted King Charles greeted mourners. Charles III is set to use his reign to overhaul the future of the royal family with talks of a slimmed-down monarchy. But what will a King Charles III era look like as he becomes the head of 14 other Commonwealth countries? Definitely different from his mum. He cares deeply for the environment, even installing solar at his homes. And while the Queen steered away from politics, will Charles be able to do the same?
As king, you are more constrained in what you can do, the top job. You are a constitutional monarch, you're the head of state, so you have to be guided in many ways by your government.
So as Prince Charles was outspoken on a number of issues that are close to his heart, namely the environment. Now, during his first address to the nation, King Charles signaled a change, saying that he will no longer be able to champion those issues, Amy.
Yes, so many changes underway here. Lama Hassan, thank you so much. And for more on the royal family, let's go back to Trevor in New York.
Thank you, Amy. Of course, King Charles is ready to put his own stamp on the monarchy, so to speak. So joining us now from Buckingham Palace is ABC Royal contributor Omid Scobie. Omid, welcome. Thank you for being here. Of course, we've heard so much there about how there's going to be a lot of changes now that we have King Charles. But what do you think are going to be the key differences of the reign of Charles compared to the reign of Queen Elizabeth?
Of course, Charles has learned from the best, but of course he'll be bringing his own touch to that as well. And I think one of the key things that we'll see is the presence of our monarch on the world stage. Of course, in recent years, we haven't seen the Queen travelling. We know that Charles has an incredible relationship with many of the world's greatest leaders. And I think that that presence and his ability to travel will be one of the things that really changes and sort of advances our monarchy on the world stage. I think at the same time, we'll also see him connecting with the people here. Charles is someone that's travelled the length and breadth of the UK, connecting with people from all sorts of socio-economic, religious and ethnic backgrounds, and that's something that's going to be key to helping advance the monarchy in the UK and ensuring that it modernises.
Well, we now have a Princess of Wales for the first time since the death of Princess Diana. That's another big change here. Princess Kate now moving into the role. How do you think she'll step in there?
We talk about the shoes that Charles has to fill, but just as weighty as that title that Kate takes on. Of course, as a Princess of Wales, she's taking on the legacy of Princess Diana. And it was very interesting that the first sort of briefing that we had from Kensington Palace yesterday was an acknowledgement that she understands the weight that comes with that title, but she's also keen to carve out her own path. And I think that that path will be very much centred around the initiatives and causes that she's already focused on, particularly early years childhood development. But I think for her, this is a brand new chapter for her, a much bigger role. And I think all eyes will be on her. It's going to be a very interesting interesting time.
Omid, I know you wrote the book on Harry and Meghan, and we got to ask, a lot of people are wondering, as during his speech last night, King Charles said he wanted to express his love to Harry and Meghan as they continue to build their lives overseas. How did you view that statement? Was it a sincere wish, do you think, or is there maybe some tension there still in the relationship?
Yeah, well, Trevor, I don't need to sort of go over the fractures and tensions in that relationship between the Sussex and members of the royal family and the institution. But of course, I think that message from Charles last night, expressing his love for Harry and Meghan in that address, was somewhat of an olive branch to the couple. And I think a reminder that he does care about his son and his daughter-in-law. I think this is the beginning of, hopefully, a better relationship for him moving forwards. But of course, the ball is also in the Sussex's court.
Well, this is a global shift, but of course at the center of it is a family in mourning. Omid Scobie, thank you so much for your time. Always good to see you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.